Before I ever stepped foot in Africa, I thought I knew what I was getting into. You know, lions walking around like stray dogs, everybody living in trees, the nonstop warlords running in the streets. Yeah. So as it turned out, everything I thought about Africa was wrong. So here are 10 things I found strange in Africa, from the food to crime to even the internet. So let's get into it. So welcome back. Okay, I'm Expat D, where we dive into culture, travel, and the truth about living abroad. Now, when I first came to Africa, I thought it was going to be just like the movies. But what I actually saw shocked me. So let me break down to you what I saw. Okay, we're going to start number one. We're going to start with food. So, monkey, squirrel, gorilla. Wait, y'all ate what? So I thought Africans ate wild animals straight from the jungle. Like, ah, right? The way people described it to me back home, I was expecting like Fear Factor meals, right? Like, let me get some snake on the grill, gorilla stew, right? But no, the food was like igali, injera, jollof rice, kelewele. They weren't starving. They're eating good, way better than half the food that I had back home. Huh. So everything I was taught, everything that they told me, wasn't true about the food. That food was actually pretty good. I tasted that stuff, some of that stuff. Yes. I was so happy. A lot of that stuff, you don't eat with forks and spoons. You eat straight with your hands. I was loving it. I was like, right? It was so good. Yeah. But, why did they tell me that? Why did they have me thinking that it was going to be monkey and squirrel and all that stuff? Interesting. Very interesting. So let's continue. All right. Next thing, I'm sure we know about this. I thought they lived in trees. Yeah, we're going to look at the homes. So before I came, honestly, I thought Africa was just huts, mud houses, or maybe it was like a big summer camp in the jungle, just like when I went to camp, right? Get your sleeping bag, get your tent, and we're out there in the wilderness. And this is how all of Africa is, right? Just one big camping trip, one big fat camping trip, right? So when I landed and I saw apartments, I saw gated communities, luxury homes that put some houses in the U.S. to shame. I was shocked. Some of these places had marble floors and swimming pools and chandeliers. And I was like, can I trade my mortgage in California or Vegas for what you guys have in Nairobi or Ghana and some of these places? Woo! These places were so nice, but I thought it was quite interesting that they still, to this day, had me thinking that they lived in huts and trees and things like that. Interesting. Very interesting. All right. Now, next thing I saw that I found interesting was the movies. I'll tell you what, you guys look too normal for TV. I thought every African movie was going to look like Shaka Zulu, right? That was one of my favorite movies. Oh, yeah, Shaka. Oh, yeah, Shaka. Right? Shaka Zulu. Okay, with warrior spears and people screaming in the bush. But when I turned on the TV, I saw Nollywood. And they had movies with like real people and real families and real drama. And they look like regular. They look regular, like relatable people, even funny. Okay, I was like, wait, Africa has sitcoms and romance movies and music videos? Nobody told this to me. Huh. How come I didn't know about that? Interesting. I thought everybody on TV was, everything in Africa movies was just supposed to be like warlords and killing and stuff like that. I found that interesting. Very interesting. Now, I'm sure you know what I'm going to say next. We're going to talk about all the pirates and warlords, right? The crime. So I thought I was going to get kidnapped, right? The moment I stepped off the plane, right? That's going to be like, ha, gotcha, right? So instead, I didn't see that. In fact, one day I was in Africa, I lost my phone. Yeah, my iPhone, right? Not any type of phone, an iPhone, right? Not an A phone, not a B phone, not a C phone, an iPhone, right? And anyway, I left it in the taxi, and the driver actually brought it back to me. I was like, wait, no ransom note, no shady vibes, just here's your phone. I was so shocked. I didn't even have time to give him a tip. Didn't even tip him. He just gave it to me and left. My phone. I was so shocked. I couldn't believe this. Yeah, back home, that phone would have been on eBay or Craigslist before I even noticed it was gone. I even had my phone stolen in China. In China, you guys are supposed to be robots. And you stole my phone. But not in Africa. So this is very interesting. Very interesting. Huh. Uh-huh. So next, looking at the cost of living. So cheap doesn't mean poor. I thought cheap prices meant that they're struggling, right? I went and I looked at some apartments that were cheap. It was around $100 a month. But no, I saw some neighborhoods that were for rent for a fraction of what I pay in the US, but people weren't living in poverty. They had community and gardens and local shops, and it made me rethink the whole idea that expensive equals better. Sometimes cheaper doesn't mean smarter. Huh. So not everywhere has poverty. Huh. Interesting. Very interesting. I feel like I keep getting lied to. Huh. Now, I want to talk about number 6, the people. Okay, I saw people all shapes and sizes, all colors, big and small. So wait, you mean everybody's not starving? So in the West, they show you that skinny kids. They got in Africa, they're skinny. They've got flies around them, and they'll hey, this is Africa, right? This is Africa. Africa is poverty in Africa, right? They got a big belly, and they got flies, and the fly is just like this. It just sits right here. And the people are just so tired they can't even move their head to move the fly. They just let the fly do whatever they want. The fly is just here and here. Right? That's what they do. Huh. But when I got there, I saw people with all body types. I saw big. I saw small. I saw tall. I saw short. And let me tell you, they weren't all skinny. They were eating good food. They had that good stuff too. Yep, they had the good food that fills you right on up. And they had that goody golly that sticks to your ribs, and the injera that keeps you full for hours. They have that good injera and that good jollof rice that makes you want to dance, that makes you want to shake it, that makes you want to shout, baby, shout. They had that good stuff, right? These people weren't starving. They were thriving. Yeah. But I thought they were all starving. So, interesting. Very interesting what I saw. Huh. Now, another thing that I saw. Africa isn't one story. Okay? I saw the rich and the poor side by side. So I thought everyone in Africa was poor, wishing they could come to America, right? I showed up there and I said, look at me, I'm an American. Don't you guys all want to be me? Don't you all want to be me? I'm American. Don't you wish you were me? Don't you wish you were me? But instead, I saw people. I saw Bentleys pulling up next to matatus and mansions right next to one-room houses, and I saw billionaires, middle-class families, and yes, I also saw poor communities too. But Africa isn't one story. It's a mix of realities, just like anywhere else. But I thought everybody was poor. I thought I'd show up with $1 and everyone just faint. I'd have $1. They'd be like, oh, $1. Oh, right. The dollar, like the dollar be here. They just like the cartoons. They'd be like, oh, oh. They just follow the dollar, right? No, it wasn't like that. It was not like that. Interesting. Very interesting. So number 8, music videos. So I'm trying to figure this out. I went and saw some of the African music videos. I'm like, hey man, where's the guns? Where's the strip clubs, dude? Okay, I turned on the music channel expecting rap videos, shoot 'em up, bang bang with a couple bees and hoes, man. You know how we do it. You know how we get down. But instead, I saw African music videos, and they were about love and peace and family and joy. It had bright colors and people dancing and kids smiling in the background. I felt like, well, hey, whoa, this is too positive for music. What are you guys doing? Stop the show, guys. This is wait a minute. It's supposed to be negative. American hip hop. I was like, hey man, where's the guns? Where's the shoot 'em up, bang bang? Right? I was like, wow, they're celebrating life, not glorifying struggle. What are you doing? What are you doing? No. Right. This is not what I expected. So I found that interesting. Very interesting. Now that brings me to number 9. The technology. So wait a minute. Africa has the internet? Ugh. Africa has the internet? Listen, I was surprised when they had Wi-Fi. When I first came, I was like, oh my God, I wonder if they're going to have internet in Africa. Oh my gosh, I don't know. I might be going missing for a couple of weeks. But then not only did I see the internet, I saw M-PESA. I'm like, wait a minute. You have mobile money? That's way ahead of the US. Wait, you created mobile money in Africa? Wait, you guys? That's supposed to be the US. That's supposed to be China. That's supposed to be Japan. How was that invented in Africa? Whoa, wait a minute. That can't be right. No way. I never learned about that in America. My gosh. So people send cash with a flip phone? And I even saw stuff like Uber Eats and What's Up and people running whole businesses online, tech companies. Wait a minute. So meanwhile in America, I still got to wait 3 days for a bank transfer. And Africa's not behind us on that? In some ways, they're ahead. Huh. Interesting. Very interesting. And then now for number 10, the last one. I was just trying to figure this out. Where are the lions walking down the street? Okay. I mean, they told me wild animals were everywhere. So I thought I'd see some giraffes walking down through traffic. Instead, I saw cities, big cities, like Nairobi and Lagos and Addis Ababa. They had skyscrapers and highways and taxis and matatos and trains. Wait, I was like, wait, Africa has safaris, but it also has malls, like nice shopping malls and luxury cars and nightlife. Wait, Nobody told me Africa had both wild and urban. I wait. This is interesting. Very interesting. Nobody's telling me this stuff. Very interesting. So I'll tell you what, everything I thought I knew about Africa was based on stereotypes and half truths. So when I finally saw it for myself, it was like, wow, this place is more complex, more modern, and more alive than I ever imagined. So if you don't come and see with your own eyes, you'll never really understand. I mean, this blew my mind. So there you have it. 10 things I found strange, very strange, in Africa, from the food to the technology to the cities. Africa isn't what the media is telling us, it's better. So, which of these surprised you the most? Or if you've been to Africa, what shocked you the first time, okay, that you've gone? Drop it in the comment section. Let's talk about it. So, I'll tell you what, guys. If you enjoyed this breakdown, hit the like button, share it with a friend. Let's get this channel to grow. Still, for anybody that still thinks Africa is one big safari, share it with them. Make sure you subscribe to the Expat D channel for more truths about living abroad. Till next time, stay inspired, stay global, and let's keep exploring. I'm Expat D. Peace and I'm out.